We're going together. Yeah.
This morning we got off on a really fast paced day. It's a Saturday morning, and most Saturday mornings are pretty chill, slow, and just slow moving in general. But today we had a race that our church was kind of like helping out with, a 5K, and so we decided to go there and just kind of hang out for a little bit, and that started at 8 a.m. So we left here around like 7:40 for that. And it is 9:30 and we are back and just chilling. But I wanted to share a realistic day in our life as a family of 3, stay-at-home mom and homemaker. So I recently bought a new fancy little bread knife I found on Amazon. I will link it down below for y'all. And I'm really excited to try it. I haven't made homemade bread in a while. I've been buying sourdough bread from Aldi for the longest time, but I'm gonna make a very nostalgic white bread that my mom made all the time growing up. Fun fact, this is actually the exact bread maker that she's had since the late 90s. Still works. I only use about 2 cycles on here, which is the basic cycle and then the the dough cycle. But it comes with this little recipe book, and I just do that one. So I'm going to show you guys how I make this. I've actually stopped using whole wheat bread because I really do not like the flavor of whole wheat. I find it to be very dense, not really fluffy and moist. And so it's not really fun to make bread with. So I don't use them anymore. So you start off with a cup plus 2 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of softened butter. I just constantly try to have softened butter on hand. Oh, well, that just happened. Just like that. And then you're gonna do 3 cups of, what, Bubba? What do you got? 3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons, and then it calls for dry milk. I don't typically have dry milk on hand, so what I do is I just put a little bit of regular milk in there. So I'm gonna put probably like 1/8 of a cup. Typically, I kind of messed up at the beginning and I realized that, but typically you're gonna do 3/4 cup of water plus 2 tablespoons of water, and then a whole quarter cup of whole milk. But I did not do that. I forgot. Then we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoon of salt. 1.5. We're gonna do either, you can use, what is it called, active dry yeast or bread machine yeast. I just have active dry yeast on hand. We're gonna do 2.5 teaspoons of that. And then all I have to do is click this into place, push this back here, and it's on the one that says basic, so it's gonna take about 3 hours. So this will probably be done around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then I click start. You can also select the color of like how dark or light you want it. I never do that. I just hit basic and it gets going. It has been a day. Not that it's been a bad day, it's just been a very full day, and I am definitely tired and definitely ready to go to bed. My husband works 2 jobs. He is a full-time pastor, youth pastor, and he also works another job a few times a week. And that means a few times a week I am completely solo in the evenings, and it's a lot. It's definitely very tiring, and especially with having another baby, being pregnant and everything, it's very tiring. We kind of have the same routine every single night that Gentry is gone, and so it kind of helps. But at the same time, I still find myself very worn out and just ready to crash. I just wanted to take a moment and just kind of sit and chat with you guys, talk about how pregnancies is going and just a few things. So right now, as of this video, when I'm filming this, I am 17 weeks, but when this video goes up, I will be 18 weeks, which is so crazy to think about because that means I will be like so close to halfway. And I was talking to another friend, and I was just saying like how crazy it is because I feel like this time with Gentry David, my firstborn, I like already had a bunch of stuff. I was like planning all these things and everything, and now I'm just like, I don't really have much of anything, and I am just not really thinking about it, not in a bad way, but just in a way of like, oh, there's no need to rush to get the things and to have all the things that we need. Like, we have so much time. And so I think that's just been really nice, I guess, for this pregnancy. I think all in all, both like this pregnancy and with Gentry David, I have felt the same. That was something I was so nervous and worried about. I was really worried that my first pregnancy would be a breeze, but then my second pregnancy would be completely awful. And obviously, like in the future, like I could still have really bad pregnancies, but it's been very great. I'm very thankful, very grateful that so far it has been a healthy, easy pregnancy. I wanted to give you guys also a reading update. I'm currently reading Harry Potter series for the first time. I have never read the entire series. I think I've only ever read like the first book, and I never made it past the first book. But I'm currently on The Goblet of Fire, and I have this much left. I've been loving it. Honestly, there's so many things in here that's just like just feels like home. It feels like fall. It feels like joy and just like excitement. And it's also kind of cool to see the differences between the book and the movie and being like, oh, like that did not happen in the book, or that did not happen in the movie, or vice versa. And so, um, this is the book that I've been reading, and I've just been loving it. I think I'm gonna take a break though after Goblet of Fire because I have a few other fall related books that I want to read before fall is over. Um, so I will keep you updated on what I'm reading after this. Um, but I love this book. It's been so good. And I'm very grateful I picked this series up. But as for shows right now, I just finished watching The Watcher, which I watched that about 2 years ago with my now husband, and at the time he was like my boyfriend. Um, and I remember loving it and being just like so hooked in. Which, if you guys don't know, The Watcher is based off of a true story, which is kind of freaky, and I don't want to think about it too much. But basically, this family moves into this big, awesome, elaborate, beautiful home, and they start getting anonymous, creepy, almost threatening letters to the home, and it kind of causes them to go a little insane, a little psycho. Um, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that if you want to watch it. It's definitely for mature audiences, so um, just be aware of that. But I've been watching that. I've been rewatching Call the Midwife. That is like my favorite ultimate cozy show. I just want to cuddle up with either coffee or hot chocolate or tea and just like binge that show. There are 14 seasons. The new season just came out on Netflix. I binged that in a few days. That was so good. So I'm just kind of like rewatching it. I cry so much watching that show because it's literally about these moms and their stories and the magic and miracle that birth is. And so every time a mom gives birth to a baby in the show and the baby starts crying, like I start crying because it's just so beautiful. And I watched the show pre being a mom, and I even cried pre being a mom. But I cry even more now that I'm a mom. So I absolutely love the show. I love the faith aspect of it that is kind of in there. And I also love that they kind of work through a lot of difficult topics. If you guys don't know, it's basically about midwives in the 50s, 60s. So they go through like decades. So it's like the 50s up until I think now they're in like the 60s or 70s. Um, and basically, what happens is these midwives, they live with these Anglican nuns in Poplar, England, I believe. And basically, it's their stories, it's their life, it's these mom stories, it's these tragic stories, and it's ultimately really beautiful and a really like it just causes you to reflect and to ask questions about the harder topics of life. And so I love that show. It's so good. I love BBC shows. They do such a brilliant job. So I've been rewatching that, and rewatching the British Baking Show. Um, I love all things BBC, all things. I just love it. So that's what I've been kind of watching nowadays. But other than that, I've just been loving this season of not just a season, this life of no social media. If you guys don't know, I completely got rid of social media. Um, and I'm so grateful for that. And so a lot of times I've, been trying to like fill the noise or whatever it's called. And I've just found myself reaching more for worship songs, for hymns specifically. I've just been in love with hymns right now. the richness of the words and the theology and everything. It's absolutely beautiful, and it just brings you so much closer to Jesus. So I just want to give you guys a little update on how life is and what's been going on and what I've been watching and reading and all the things. But yeah,